Yeah, I mean, you could go ahead and introduce yourself. I put like a little piece of your bio on Instagram, but you
I know.
know,
I was like, oh, okay. Hey guys, I am DJ Stormy. My tagline is the one and only DJ Stormy Monroe. But I am from Trinidad and Tobago, born Trini from New Orleans, Louisiana. Lives in, I know, right? But shout out to my Trini sister, DJ So.
yeah.
And so I grew up in New Orleans, and that's home for me outside of Trinidad. Born to a Guyanese mom, Trinidad, and then they had me and my siblings all in Trinidad. So, and that's where I'm from. But I love Atlanta. Came to Atlanta from Hurricane Katrina in '05, and I never left.
Wow.
So it was an amazing journey for me. I literally tracked across from the Caribbean to the Gulf of Mexico over to Atlanta. And I landed here, and Atlanta birthed the entertainer part of me. And so I'm so grateful for that ATL. Like ATL is my new home, but OG is definitely New Orleans, and I never will forget where I was born and where my culture and where I'm from, where my family's from. So all my family is still in Trinidad. So a lot of people, I got this question, this crazy guy came on my Facebook, and I posted that I'm a carnival ambassador, and I posted my costume, and he was like, you're not real Trini, you're from New Orleans. And I said, excuse me? I said, what makes you real Trini? I said, does the birth certificate make you real Trini? Because if that's the case, then my birth certificate is from Trinidad and Tobago. And I said, is it because I am not living there full time? Does that not make me Trini? And just dealing with little things like that, I was like, this is crazy. Like, you're literally proud and shouting proud of who you are and where you're from, and people still choose to criticize you, which would kind of segue into us being female DJs and the choices that we made, how we look, how we approach it, our style of DJing, everything, the genre that we select. I started out in EDM. Everybody was like, well, why are you doing EDM? Because I came into DJing and everything was oversaturated in Atlanta with hip hop, and it was mostly male dominated. And so when I looked at the world, I saw female DJs, but they were doing EDM. And so for me, I was like, hey, let me figure out something that I can stand out and be different and look different, but still make some noise because I love music as a whole. And so I chose EDM. I chose to infuse hip hop with EDM. Lil Jon inspired me a lot when he crossed over from Lil Jon and East Side Boys, Lil Jon, and then into the EDM world. And so it's a very amazing global world market for EDM, but Atlanta itself was not prepared for that EDM piece. They had a huge following here, but not as big as Vegas and Miami and other major cities in LA. And so for me, I got to the point where I dropped an EDM EP, did the EP, and I looked at my manager at the time and I said, Pop, I don't know if music is the thing for me, because I'm releasing music and by selection, they will hear me, but I'm always a control freak. And so I want to be able to control my career. So I don't want people to listen if they can hear it, or if they can't hear it, or they have access to it, or they have title, or they don't have title. And I'm like, no, that's losing a lot of control. And I'm putting in a lot of hours, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And the Atlanta market is oversaturated with DJs, one, and artists. And I was like, I don't think I want to be just an artist. So he was like, hey, okay, cool. So what's next? I said, what about DJing? I said, I've had my equipment. I don't know how to do it professionally, but we play around with it at the house for barbecues and stuff. And that led to the conversation of, okay, well, let's try it. And I remember sitting down with one of the local DJs here, and I said, hey, I want to learn how to DJ. And he was like, okay, well, get this, this, and this. And I did. And I was practicing at home. And in 2016, I became what they call a professional DJ, which is like us right here, meaning work for hire, right? And so we were actually making some, whether it was a lot or not, but sometimes I did free gigs. Sometimes I got paid $150 for 2 hours or 3 hours. But I was work for hire. So I became a professional DJ. Then in 2018, my corporate job came at me and said, hey, we want to give you the Southeast region. because I was a vice president in financial services. And I was like, okay, cool, no worries. Yep, I'll take it. And then they were like, but because of everything going on in the financial industry, we can't guarantee, well, we can't bump your pay and we can't guarantee you what number of a raise we can, but it'll be a year before we can even have that conversation. I said, no, thank you. I said, no, thank you. I worked in corporate America for 18 years. No, thank you. Let me take a break. Let me figure out what I'm going to do for the next 10 to 15 years of my life.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, cool. And so I told myself I was going to take 60. Hey, DJ Bella, welcome. So I told myself I was going to take 60 days off of corporate America to figure out what I want to do for the next 10 to 15 years of my life. And I started booking gigs as a full-time DJ in 2018 in December. And every time, y'all, that I wanted to stop, God kept dripping and pulling back and saying, hey, this is not what I told you to do. Because corporate America was calling me and I was like, yeah, that's consistent money. But every time I wanted to go back, he would say, hey, nope, do that. He would drip a big job or major opportunity, or will continue to level me up with my brand and put things in front of my face to make me level up, whether it was building a website or selling shirts and merchandise, getting more stuff together for my brand. And I just looked at it as a business, like I was working for corporate America full time. So that's how I invested and started the Stormy brand. I put all my effort that I was giving these people and making them $1 million a year. And I took some of my retirement, and I'm going to be very clear when I tell y'all this. I took some of my retirement to patch over, pay off bills, and keep me stable while I built my DJ career full time. Because I get a lot of questions about, that was amazing. You crossed over from corporate America and doing your passion that you love full time. And like, don't just do that. You have to make sure you have a savings. You have to make sure you have a plan, because at points it ran out and I was like, whoa, what am I going to do now? Right. And I got very scared. The industry is very fragile, especially for us. And so I tell anybody that wants to do it full time, always make sure you have a plan. Work your corporate job or your full-time job or part-time job as long as you can until you build a momentum that will give you a similar or a livable income, right? Work that job until your DJ residuals give you a livable income where you feel comfortable only DJ. Don't be silly. Like, we can't jump out there and be like, I'm just going to do this full time. Because if you don't build a business plan, you don't have a brand and you're building it, none of these jobs are just going to continue to come. You'll get spurts where you'll get $1,000 job, a $20,000 job, a $5,000 job, a $300 job, right? But you have to build consistency in order to do it full time. And by the grace of God, I was lucky because I had a savings that I could fall back on. I paid off most of my bills. So I pretty much only have living expenses when I decided to go as a full-time DJ. And so I lived a very frugal life for a very long time, 2018 till probably 2021, just to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I lived a very frugal life because I know that I didn't have bills, but I need to build a savings. I need to invest in my brand, invest in new equipment. All this stuff costs, right? Mm-hmm. And because of my brand, I got to show up looking a certain way, and it's expensive. It's expensive. And so, yep, that's my short version of my journey into becoming a full-time DJ. And no, I just did not jump into it. And I took a lot of risk. But if we do it the right way and we build the business the right way, I want to show, especially the younger DJs, it can be done. And so I'm going to stop talking and let you kind of guide this, because that was my long intro. Sorry.
No, that was so perfect. That was so perfect. And it's great information. We got DJ Bella J that joined.
Hey, Bella J. Anna Rosa. Hey, Anna Rosa. What's poppin', lady?
Coming off mute. 1 second. Actually, I should come off camera as well really quick just to show you I am here with my little one.
Oh, the
So
mush
I'm on
mush.
mute. I'm gonna be putting her to sleep as I listen to you guys. So
Okay, baby,
please,
congratulations.
thank you for your understanding. Say hi, Stormy. Say hi, cute boogie.
Oh, the
And
boo
I was
boo.
listening to your story. Amazing. I have so many questions. I'm gonna wait till the end though.
Rock him, but you can put us on mute until you're ready to ask, babe.
Oh, say that again.
I said, ask away whenever you can. You can put us
Okay.
on mute until then.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So sweet. Omarosa. What's up, Rosa?
Oh,
How you?
Omarosa, not Anna. Oh, I need glasses. I'm getting old. Oh Lord.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry, Omarosa.
It's quite all right. I'm just finished digesting my chewable vitamins. I'm so excited that they made those finally.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to get on a whole regimen, by the way.
You and me both.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it depends on what you're looking at, but the Vita Fusion is really good. I'll show you. Let me
Vita
turn my-
Fusion?
Yeah. hold on.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Pull it back just a little bit.
Pull
It's a
it
little
back a-
blurry.
I think I see. I know it.
Oh, there
There
it
we
is.
go.
There it is. Oh,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna try to grab some of those tomorrow because I got the workout regimen, but because of the rigidness of my schedule, I'm exhausted all the time. All the time. Like my body is in crash mode all the time. So I try to hydrate and I'll take
Yeah.
my time, but I do need a vitamin regimen, seriously. So thank you for
yeah.
that.
You're welcome. Yeah, I've been doing some
That's what I'm
hair,
talking
skin, and
about.
nails
Yeah, girl
ones.
talk. It's so good.
Yeah.
I was talking to another DJ earlier, another female DJ earlier, and we're talking about, making sure we get our massages and go into the chiropractor because we're on our feet so much. We're always on our feet and we're always moving. Like, are you doing that?
Yeah. My so I came back from Essence and literally, it's funny you said that. My shoulders were so tense, I couldn't even touch them. They were in so much pain. And I was trying to figure out what I did or the movement. But I just think it was the stress of just going. And I kept doing this probably. And it just impacted my entire right arm, literally was in pain the entire day. So yeah, we do have to do that. Seriously. I got to make better time to do that stuff. Seriously.
Yeah, we know that you're super duper busy. And I really appreciate you coming on. We had a quick conversation the other day. And I was like, you know what? It'll be so good for you to talk to the ladies about like how you found your voice. A lot of DJs, period, but a lot of us are, nervous about speaking on the mic and getting on the mic and like finding our voice. Like how do we do that? Where do you get that from? How did that happen? If you could like go into that and explain that a little bit, and give us some steps to how you started making that happen, because you're amazing at it. You're not.
Thank you. And I've got a lot of work. So FYI, I've got a lot of work to do. But to start off, one, I would encourage you guys to literally go and listen to go out. I know we work hard, but go listen to other DJs that MC and use their voice throughout their set. And don't just go to that one DJ. Try to get out once a week and do different places so you can get a variation of actually what it sounds like to truly entertain somebody, speak on the mic, and DJ. And because everybody has their kind of like little tricks of the trade that they do. And so for me, I used to look at a lot of Atlanta DJs and I picked up just a little bit, but not until Kid Capri. I went to go see Kid Capri. And that man talked through his entire set. And for a lot of people, it's not overpowering. But for me, I sat there and was like, wow, that's a lot of talking. But then as I listened to him, he guided the entire storyline of his music that he was playing. He would tell you, like he started off, oh, I'm gonna take you to the north, the south, the east, to the west, and then we're gonna go international. He's telling you how it's gonna play out for the next hour, right? And then in each song, he's telling you exactly where he's going, what he's doing. Hold up, he's engaging in the crowd, then he drops and he goes somewhere else, and then he's guiding you. So for me, initially, when I was listening to it, I was like, wow, he does a lot of talking. But then as I listened and really went through his entire set, he guided us through the entire journey of what his set was going to look like, sound like, and he engaged us the entire way. And so for me, Kid Capri was the first person to be like, wow, I want to do that. I want to sound like that. Not talk too much, because I'm not a natural talker on the mic. I can't just do all these filler ad libs and stuff like that. Like, oh, bend your knees, and, start rapping and doing lyrics. Nah, I'm not the one singing the lyrics over the song. That's not me. But I'm going to have a story, and I'm going to coach you through that the entire night of my set. And so Kid Capri was the first person. Secondly, you can't really talk in every event. And so there's certain events that, corporate events, you probably are just mixing the entire time, right? You're doing your mixes and blends and transitions, and that's what you're focusing on. You may make an announcement, but start practicing in the environments, using your voice throughout, like club gigs or private events. Those are the times where I practice my skills. And when I tell y'all, it sounded horrible. Like, I had one other female DJ, and she was like, Stormy, you need to put bass in your voice. So how I'm talking to you guys right now is not how I talk on the mic. I literally go into an entire voice. It's kind of like a radio personality. So play around with the tones in your voice, but make sure, remember, we're females. So naturally we're airy. Naturally, we're a little bit more high pitched. So play around with the tone of your voice and see how it's received. I would even ask if you guys have friends or, a client or something, to tell them to video you while you're on the mic making that announcement. So that way you can hear yourself. But when she told me to put bass in my voice, that changed the game. That changed the game, because when she told me to put bass in my voice and I put the bass in my voice, I also became a little bit more aggressive. And so I had to personally watch the aggression, because I also didn't want to sound like a man. Right? So you also want to make sure you're still providing the female image, the female sound, and somewhat of a softness to you. You can still use aggressive words or be very direct in the selection of your words, but you don't want to sound like a man, because then they'll just hire a man to do the job. So it's a fine line that you have to manage that. Because when I get too tipsy and I start going in and I play all the turn up songs, I'm like, whoa, that was aggressive. I got to scale it back, right? So we just have to remember, as female DJs, we're being booked because we are female DJs. Let's just lay that out right there, because we're different than the men. We look different than the men. And we're kind of like trending right now as a female DJ, right? So a lot of events, a lot of people that are doing female empowering things, they're looking specifically for female DJs of color, diverse female DJs, period. That's what the market is right now. You have to capitalize on that. So going back to the voice of it all, continue to practice where you can practice, but please do your research. Like, I was somewhere different I would go and look at the male DJs that I thought had good voices and crowd control. And I would go, even if the DJs didn't do it, I was listening to the MCs or the host that was talking on the mic, because then you pick up little things that they're doing, and then you become now the host. So now you're getting a hosting fee and the DJ fee, because you can do the full crowd control. So literally pick up those small pieces from everybody, those tidbits, and wherever you can, practice. If you're doing lives, talk more on the microphone. You're recording it, practice. Hear yourself, make adjustments. But it was not until I did festivals. Festivals are a little bit different, because you really don't need to do like corporate events. You don't need to do a lot of blending or transitions. Like, they don't care. Festival is totally about crowd engagement. Clubs, they transition probably every 30 to 45 seconds here in Atlanta from song to song. Clubs, rarely, if they have a host or MC, rarely the DJ is on the microphone in clubs here in Atlanta, because they transition so quickly through the playlist. They go, go, go. It's always a hit, 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 hit. But festivals is where I really started practicing my crowd control and talking them through an experience And so I would say, if you don't do festivals now, continue to practice that on your lives. If you do Twitch, talk on Twitch, it's recorded, hear yourself, put some bass in your voice. That was the best advice that anybody could ever give me. Like literally, she changed my entire mic and crowd control, seriously. Because it gave me confidence. When I put the bass in my voice, I had to pay attention to change my voice. So now I have a mic voice. So when I go into my mic voice, it's like it's completely different. My energy changes, everything changes. So just finding what you're most comfortable with is what I would say, but please do your research. Everybody is not good with crowd control and talking on the microphone. Some people talk too much. Some people sing the lyrics, and people in the crowd just want to dance and sing along. They don't want to hear you sing the lyrics. So you have to be very, very careful on the things that you choose to say. Be very selective. And most of the time, this is another tidbit I'll tell you guys. Most of the time you will hear my voice where I'm about to change direction. So I might be playing Afro beats, but I know this crowd is a New Orleans crowd. I'm about to drop some juvenile, right? So I might go from Afro beats, which is completely different vibe and experience, but I will talk them through, oh, we talk about international, but we're in New Orleans. Let me see where my New Orleans people at. If you not from New Orleans, make some noise. If you from New Orleans, make some noise, right? And if everybody be like, they're not from New Orleans, then I know, oh shoot, in my head, I'm only about to play 2 to 3 songs from New Orleans and I'm going straight into somewhere else, right? So within my New Orleans set, I already know I'm saying, is New York in the building? Is Florida in the building? Is Texas in the building? I'm gauging where I'm going next in my set. And so you could use your vocals and the mic to control your experience as well. So that way you stay in the pocket the entire time you're in your set and you're not playing music that people are just like, okay, this is not where, or not what I want to listen to. So use your voice also to control the experience. And so I'll stop there.
That was amazing. That was a lot of great information. One of the things I wanted to ask you is, of course, yes, do your research when you're going to these different places and spaces, but are you planning your sets? Are you able to plan some of your sets?
Ooh, that's a good question. And I will answer that because I've been asked that a lot of times. So I would ask questions. So my normal gigs, I know what the crowd is, right? So, but if I am being booked by UQ, I'll say, what type of vibe is it? He'll say, 35 to 55. They like, 90s hip hop and R&B, right? So automatically, you cannot go, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say you cannot. I am not going into anything with a playlist, right? I'm going in with 2 songs from probably the eras, and I'm going to test it and see what they gravitate towards. I don't have a set playlist. The most that I might plan in my head is probably 5 to 6 songs, and they're all a little bit different just to test and see where the crowd is at that moment. Because if you're opening, you're probably going to need to play something a little bit slower, a little bit more relaxed. But if you're going in behind somebody, then one, I would highly recommend, I always get to any of my sets if I can, if I'm not just coming from another set, I always get to my set at least an hour early if there's another DJ playing. Always. I want to feel the vibe. I want to see the crowd. I want to hear what the DJ's playing so I don't play it again. I always, if there's a DJ coming on before me, I always get there an hour. But going back to the set, yeah, I just go with the flow. So in my head, I know I've got the first 3 to 5 sounds, but those sounds are going to literally kind of throw a line out there like I'm fishing just to see what they really bite and what they actually give feedback off of. And so if they're ready to turn up, and one of my songs is, let's just say Blow the Whistle, right? And they're ready to turn up, I play Blow the Whistle and nobody's moving, then I know I need to go drop some Afro beats or something along that BPM, right? And if I do it the other way around, then I know they want to kind of like slow down and chill. But I test them out.
Yep.
Yeah, if I'm an opening DJ, and I only do that mostly with the opening DJ. If I'm going in after somebody, I'm there for an hour and I'm in their last 10 minutes of the set. So I know where I'm going because I'm listening. So I have, so I almost never have anything planned out. The only thing I really spent days making sure that I got my crates together was for Super Bowl. And I'm so glad that I did. And actually I was very lucky because I knew Philly was going. So I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna have all the Meek Mill fans, like we're gonna turn up. And I get to Super Bowl and literally it's 98%
Right.
other than us. It was not us. We had 2% Black people there. And just imagine if I wasn't an EDM DJ before, I would have failed miserably. So I was playing from Guns N' Roses to freaking oh my God, the Outfield, to EDM versions of Rihanna, to everything you could think of that I had in my crates. I was playing that. I was not playing what I thought I was going to play at all, like zero.
Stuff like that always happens, I swear. But organization is key, period.
Yeah, like they wanted to hear like Journey and Sweet Caroline and like stuff that honestly, a lot of us, we don't have the opportunity to play that, which brings me to another subject. I'm going to challenge y'all to continue to play things that you think they don't want to hear, because a lot of times they want to hear it. And that was a lot of my research as well. My DJ mentors here in Atlanta are some of the best. That go out like Ludacris and Usher and everything like that. And the one thing I learned from them was their actual set, they challenge people. And you would be surprised that you're playing your Ushers and stuff, right? And then you drop Madonna. Or you drop Miley Cyrus, right? You'll be surprised how we react to it. They'll be like, oh, that's my song. Like they'll say, but we always think we know what they want to hear. And truly, we need to challenge ourselves as DJs. And they do a great job here in Atlanta with that. And that's why I learned to, you know what, it's okay. I'm going to take y'all on my journey. Because a lot of times they appreciate, and that's how you build your following and your loyalty as well. Because you're not playing the same thing. You'll give them the hits, you'll get them engaged, but drop some Prince every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Drop some Journey every now and then. I know we do the Luthers and all that stuff, but you know, like drop something that's kind of like old school, classic across all diverse segments, and just watch how they react. Seriously.
Listen, I've dropped BGs hundreds of times, and people be like, when I start playing that More Than a Woman, they're like, oh shit, you know, taking them back there. And it really does work. You're so right about that. You are so right about that.
Yeah, like if I have a DJ like at Blue Martini and he just came off of a high, I'm like, I'm gonna slow y'all asses down right now. I'll drop Love and Happiness. Something that'll make you do right, make you do wrong. And the whole crowd will be like, oh, love and happiness. They'll just sing along to the top of their lungs because it's unexpected. And it's something that brings them back to a memory, whether it's tied to their parents, their childhood, upbringing. Music is about a journey. And so we have to learn how to connect to people through the music, not just play for them.
Girl, you are the bomb.
Y'all are the bomb.
I want to talk about the festivals, because there are some of the DJs here that definitely want to get into doing some festivals. So how did you start doing them? Like, what did you do to get there?
So I was lucky. I knew a promoter that was putting together a new festival called Fête du Rosé. It was the Rosé Festival in Atlanta. And I just so happened to know him and be a DJ, and he put me on the opening act, right? And so when he put me on the opening act, I was like, I'm on there. So I prepared, I made sure I brought the energy. I tried to speak and have as much crowd control at that point in my career as I could, but it's all about showing up on time. Well, first of all, you got to get the opportunity, no matter how big the festival is, how small. I didn't start getting 20, 25,000 people festivals until I proved myself doing the smaller festivals. And so it doesn't matter how big the festival is. Get into the festival, and now you have a festival on your resume. Somebody that's trying to book you, if you're in Texas and the person is trying to book you in DC for a festival, they don't know that the Rosé Festival in Texas was only 500 people, right? But they also want to see you work. And so make sure you have somebody that's videoing you, that's capturing footage, and be very selective of what you're posting. Like, just because we are in a space doesn't mean that the footage that we have should be posted. Like, it can be empty at your festival, but get the footage of you and like somebody coming over the first 2 levels of people to make it look like they were focused on you. It's all about marketing. So you have to have your marketing. You have to continue to build your brand, meaning take the jobs, get the video footage, make sure you're putting out the right footage, and then preparing yourself for festivals. Festivals are different. Like I told you guys, they can care less about your transitions or your mixes. Like, they slam records all the time, but it's about the engagement, the crowd control. And so if you have the right song selections at that point, you have an hour opportunity at a festival, I would say go off. And I tell every opening DJ this because I get this flack all the time. Some people agree with me and some people don't. Opening DJs, they want you to play a certain type, style, sound for the next DJ. And that is true. You don't want to play all the club bangers, right? Especially for that genre or for the era of people that is attending that event. However, don't take your foot off their necks. Play all the things that you want to connect, like the songs that you're going to drop, right? Like the Bee Gees and stuff like that. Take them on a musical journey where they won't forget you. You could still bust that set wide open. Challenge the next DJ after you. Like, we should all have thousands of songs in our crates and building our crates over the years of us DJing. There's music that goes on and on and on. They're not going to play 1,000 songs in 1 hour or a 2-hour set before you. Challenge yourself and challenge the next DJ behind you to get better. And if we do that, we'll all get better. Like, I just did a set at Essence, and literally this man played 1,000 songs in 10 minutes. And he went through when I say all the bangers, right? All the bangers. And I was like, why would he do that? That's foolish. You have 10 minutes left and you're only playing 15 seconds of all the bangers. That makes no sense. But you can actually build your set to be an opener and still kill it, like still kick ass, kick the door in, leave your name on that stage or behind that DJ booth. They're going to remember you because they're gonna be like, wow, next time they might hire you, not for the opening DJ, but for the middle set or the closing set. So it's the same thing with festivals. Every time you get an opportunity, y'all, make sure you capture the videos and the photos. Make sure the promoters give you, and this is another rule I'll share with y'all, I don't post anything on my page unless it has a photo of me. Period. It could be a photo of me and other people, right? But to go on my main page and you want me to promote it, I need to have a visual. And so I'll promote your party all day long on my Insta story every week. And if you follow me, you'll see it. But unless there's a picture, even if it's me down to the right of the corner because it is with a main act or something like that, that's fine. but get your glory. Like literally, you earn it. You work very hard. It's all about image. It's all about your brand. And as you build it, be very selective on what you put out on your social media. If there's something and you're doing a party and they focus on you and then they pan to the crowd and there's 5 people in the crowd, just shorten the video.
Mhm.
Don't pan to the crowd. We don't need to see that. So the people that's looking at you in DC and you're in Texas spinning, like, they don't know that. They don't know you just did 5 DJ gigs and there was 2 people at it. That has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the promoter. But if you do that and you release that footage, now it looks like you.
Right.
So don't do that. Yeah.
That you made some really, really great points. Really great points. I know y'all probably have some questions.
Anybody got questions?
If you do, just go ahead and.
I was trying to come off mute quick. Hold on, let me try to. I have my light out. Can you probably can't see me?
It's okay. We can see you enough, DJ Bella.
All right, cool. I know it's really dark. So I've been taking notes because I love your story, how you introduce yourself, and I'm definitely inspired by your career.
Thanks, baby.
But I think I might have missed a piece, and forgive me if I did, because I tried to let DJ Q Boogie know I was running a little behind.
It's okay.
Your start in DJing, how did you learn? How did you get into DJing? And you might have mentioned
So I had a Newmark back in 2012 that my brother had bought. He bought it because we did like crawfish balls and barbecue all the time, and he was messing around with it. And so when he bought it, I was like, damn, that shit is looking way more complicated than what I thought it would look like. So I would just kind of mess around with his equipment. But once I got the basic understanding of the stop, the play, adding cue buttons and stuff like that, I started to go out, literally, y'all. When I say I put in the work, I put in the work. I used to go out and like literally stare at how the other DJs were filtering out and trimming out and fading. And still to this day, I'm learning so much. Over the last 12 months, I've learned more in the last 12 months than I have learned my entire DJ career. And it's because now I know what to look for and what to hear, right? And so it's all about finding what works best for you, because you don't want to transition, you don't want to blend like everybody else, but you also want to be on beat and you want to create your own sound. But for me, I just practice. And matter of fact, it was crazy. I'll tell y'all the story. Last Labor Day, I had another very prominent DJ literally laid their foot in my ass, saying how I was garbage with my transitions. Was talking to other DJs about me and everything else. Now, the other DJs that was there had no problems, right? Because it was that type of party. But because I didn't transition, because they have a trained ear, they've been doing this for years and years and years, right? So we're able to critique other people very easily because we've trained our ears and have the skills to now do it. But we forget that some people have only been doing this for a year or 3 years, and we don't have the ear or the skill, right, that they have at 15 and 20 and 25 years. And so she laid it in me. But you know what? I could have taken it personal. But I didn't take it personal because I know I didn't do anything wrong. I had a great set. The party was lit. Everybody was happy. I asked other DJs. I asked the promoters. I was like, did y'all have a problem with me? Everybody said no. So it was a personal thing. And so, but what it did though was it pushed me to literally focus on my blends. Because sometimes we're having fun, especially in a very high energy environment. I don't know if y'all drink or not when you DJ. I drink just because I hear things differently. And literally I'll grab a glass of wine or my or my tequila, and I drink because my sets are so much more creative because I'm now relaxed, I'm open. So that's what I do. I mean, if you don't do that, that's up to you, but that's what I do. But what it did was it truly, like, I could have taken that as a negative. It, like, I was down for, I won't lie, probably like 2 weeks. It was on my mind, but it also pushed me to push myself to the next level, to really make sure all of my blends were on point. All of my transitions were on point. It made me want to hear it differently now. It made me count, right? So now I find myself always tapping my feet, but it looks like I'm dancing, but I'm really not. But now it's instilled in me different habits to now, whether I'm drinking or completely sober or DJing a bananas festival or just doing a corporate event or a wedding, it's trained me to now consistently, every time I DJ, I want to make sure my blends are almost perfect, my transitions are on point. So I took that as a positive, even though I won't lie, I questioned myself for like 2 weeks straight. Like, I really did. And it was probably one of the lowest points since I started DJing that I've ever felt that way. But now it is making me so much better of a DJ and how to listen. Bad part about it is now when I hear other DJs DJ, I'm now critiquing it in my head, in my ear, and I'm like, oh, wow. But, y'all, I'm sorry, I gotta go in a few minutes. But yeah, so now I'm critiquing it like they critiqued me. And it wasn't anything truly intentional, but it's because as we grow as DJs, so does our sound and our ability to, transition different, blend different. And so sometimes people are just too harsh when they deliver feedback to us. But I will tell y'all this, don't take it personal. If you make it an opportunity for you to just become better, I promise you, it will help you get better. Because somebody always saying, oh my gosh, you're so great all the time, then what are you working on? But if somebody, whether it's true or not, and it forces you to do things differently and listen to things differently and practice a little differently, then that's the only way you're going to get better. So I say that to say, turn your haters into your supporters and cheerleaders. Yeah.
I want to follow that. I'm going to lower my hand. I want to follow that up really quickly and just say thank you for being transparent on that. That's definitely something that female DJs need to hear, right? Mm-hmm. Because especially as female DJs, people listen to us more. When they see it's a woman, you're already got, and I was just telling you about this DJ Q Boogie. When they see us, they automatically like, yo, that's a female. So then they stop, they listen. Other DJs do that the most. So I was just curious on how it is that you learn. Because again, when I go out, I pay attention to all DJs, just like we all do. I listen to all DJs. I try to support them, get inspiration, and stay motivated to stay in this game. I've been doing this for 12 years, so it's just been a while.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. That's what I'm talking about. Salute to you, Queen.
Thank you. And I connected to the Female DJ Association through my business. I have a DJ center here in Syracuse where I teach people how to DJ. I offer lessons to existing DJs if they want to improve their skills, if they want to work on anything, we can kind of do that as a community. I don't know everything, so I get inspired by them. I learn from them. That's a way for me to keep learning as I'm gigging and also, taking events. So I wanted to ask the follow up that, are you familiar with any DJ centers in your city in Atlanta? Because I think the franchise on the one as well, and I would love for it to come out to to your area.
Yeah, so Princess Cut, DJ Princess Cut just started a couple of months ago her own DJ school.
Nice.
Yeah, super, super dope. They just had the female DJ competition.
Nice.
I saw that too.
On June 22nd or 23rd. I had posted it for her. But yeah, she started it. But she started the school, but she truly is golly, they just don't want to stop. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, she started it, but she also has a scratch school. And so like for me, I'm not a scratch DJ. I learned to scratch the basic scratches on my own and learning it from YouTube and stuff and looking at other people. But that's something I want to do. I really want to be a scratch DJ. Now, it's not needed with the things that I do and the places I perform, but I just want to learn it because I want to learn it. So like continuing to grow, and I salute you for doing the school because it's all levels, right? And we are learning from each other. And there's a lot of things like Princess Scott, she does scratching, and gosh, there's a couple of other scratch female DJs. And I'm like, that's amazing. I don't even know if I can get my little fingers to go that fast.
Do it. You could do it. I know
Yes, she could do it.
Omarosa,
I know you have a question. You have your hand raised. Go ahead, because I know Stormy has to go soon.
Yeah, it's okay. I still got at least 8 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try to make this super brief. I'm terrible at keeping things short. But anyway, so first of all, that DJ who tore into you, did you ever see her again?
Yeah.
Wasn't good.
Yeah, no, I've stayed. So I'm an energy person. So I'm all about energy and love and peace, right? And protecting my peace. And so once it went left, I just left her alone. I gave her space because delivery, right? The delivery was definitely intentional and spiteful. And so for me, when people show me that type of energy, I just try to stay away from it, because the more that we give into other people's negative energy, is the more we drain our energy and we lose focus on the things that we need to focus on. And so I practice that every single day, from my family to the people in the public to people I'm doing, jobs and clients and everything else. If I don't feel their energy, I won't take their money. I'm not dealing with anything that is going to make me stress out or feel a certain type of way. I'm just not going to do it. So I did see her. I have seen her. And I just stay away because, negative energy like that festers, and it won't fester in me. And I really challenge y'all. It doesn't matter where you are in your career, y'all. 12 years, 2 years, 20 years. There's always growth. There's always things for us to learn. And so just be open to that. Like, never look at it as, an endpoint. We're all evolving. Like, look at Jazzy Jeff and all these older DJs. Like, guys, we could do this till we're 65 if we wanted to. Let's be real. Let's be real. Like, there's no limit for us. And so continue to always want to evolve and be better than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
And stay away from the negative energy. That's what I really wanted to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. I was just curious, but so they were just touching on a couple of points. So I guess the first one was like playing to the crowd or whatever, or like the playlist. So I mean, a lot of the stuff that you had pointed out, like I've just started like back in 2021, but I've already started to experience some of the things that you're referring to, like playing to the crowd. Like I was an opening act for one of some Juneteenth after party festival, and I thought I was gonna go hard, play some Afro tech, and it's just gonna go, whatever. But I was like, it's like 20 people here, so let me put on some deep house, and I think it turned out okay. But also that brought up to my next point about the blending, because I could tell that there were some areas I could hear it, that there were some areas that I probably could have improved on, but also like these are songs that I had never actually blended before together.
It's hard, right?
It's the improv, like right on the spot. But do you
use headphones?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So
because there's some that don't use headphones and they have mastered the beat matching, right? But at times where you have to challenge yourself and you don't have headphones, it's like you're literally a duck in the water, just sitting there ready to get shot down.
Oh no, girl, no. I have 2 sets of headphones. I have all the wires.
Yeah,
all the wires from Walmart. I was like, you know what? I'm not about to go out here like assed out or whatever. So I think it turned out okay, but still, like I like the rush of it, having to kind of improvise and try to put the songs together. I think it turned out
Yep.
okay. Anyway,
I'm sure it was fine. We are our worst critics. Like,
the time.
seriously.
All
and
the
I'm a Virgo, so it just comes with the territory.
Yes, exactly.
Awful, but also videos and the pictures and the action shots. Like I did that for a buddy of mine recently. One, but like 2 people at the whole function. So, but I put the focus on her
Yeah.
playing as opposed to the crowd. Like, see, I mean, it's a nice view.
Yeah, like get the hands right.
Yes.
If she's a scratch or you're a scratch DJ, let them just get your hands and the motions. Like, you have no idea the impact that makes on social media. Like,
like you said, it's all marketing. It's all marketing.
yeah, it's marketing.
Yeah.
It's
So
all
thank
marketing.
you for that.
And then you also said something that stuck out to me as well. So not a lot of people could play deep house or anything like that. So ladies, I challenge y'all to find your niche, right? So my favorite things is 90s, 2000s, right? Hip hop, R&B. I love a grown and sexy crowd. And so it's okay to start putting your energy into the music that you really love and enjoy, because one, it's going to sound better just because you know it better. Like, it feels better to you, you enjoy it better. And so there's nothing wrong with focusing your energy into a niche market, right? So you said deep house or house music. Me personally, I don't play it. Like, I have EDM house, but I don't play deep house and stuff like that because I don't have a market for it. But you ladies can create whatever market around you and create whatever following for you. It's a decision that you just have to make. And and a lot of the times it's, I'm not going to take a hip hop or a rap thing. Like, I don't do rap gigs at all, period. Don't do it. If it's anything that's in the early 20s, I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. If those people are 20s, nope, not doing it. Sorry, I don't care how much money you give me. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So create your lane. You don't have to stay in it, but be known for it. And so I'm known for the grown and sexy turn up, and that's what I'm going to give you. And so a lot of the festivals that I do, it's festivals with like the Jeezys and the Mary J's and stuff like that, because we're grown and sexy, but we turn up. But I will probably not do a festival with Lil Baby, right? Because one, I can't relate. So I'll never be passionate about something that I can't relate to. And so challenge yourself in playing the music and selecting the jobs that make you the happiest.
Yes.
And I guarantee you, if you're about universal energy, all that positive energy that you put into the things that you like, the universe is going to start reciprocating that energy back to you, because then now you're going to connect with the people that like those same sounds and vibes. And now those people are going to connect with you because they want to book you. And so that's how you build that lane. You don't have to just take gigs just to take them, but build your lane while you're taking them. And then sooner or later, you guys can start really focusing on the things in the music and the sound you really enjoy.
Yeah. My mom liked the set, so.
So if I know you got a question before, I'm sorry, Omarosa, were you saying?
No, just say my mom liked the set. So I mean, I think I'm headed in the right direction if she likes it.
Yeah, see, there you go. That's the feedback that's necessary.
So go ahead, hon.
I have a really quick question, because you mentioned, so I had someone give me, one of a DJ, Kevin Crown, one of his friends told me I should get a manager. How early in your career did you get a manager? Because I felt like I'm relatively early to do that, but he said it was good for where I'm headed. I need to do that. But where do you think?
Yeah, so
a friend of his told me that, and I was like, okay. Yeah.
So that's a very great question. And what I would tell you is this. I would recommend gaining relationships with agents, booking agents. Okay. With a manager, they're going to require 10 or 15%. Never give them 20% ever. They're going to require 10 or 15%. the most important aspect that I think a manager could be beneficial to any DJ, especially a female DJ, is their relationships.
Okay.
That's it. If they don't have relationships that's going to connect you to next level things where your name is not being spoken in those rooms,
Mhm.
then you don't need it. If you have reactive booking requests, then the only thing a manager should be focused on or agent should be focused on is proactive activities, getting you bookings.
Okay.
Okay, if they can't give you, and never sign any paperwork, give them a test run, whether it's 30 days. If they bring you the jobs, if they get you the visibility or the meetings with endorsements or sponsors, then consider signing with them. But just in my opinion, as many managers have approached me to manage me and do this for me and do that for me, I do it all myself.
Okay.
I'm not
That's what
giving
I was
nobody
thinking.
no money unless they bring something to the table.
So I
And
was like,
so,
it feels,
yeah.
I feel like I'm early on. The guy was giving me like this long lecture because I guess he used to be a DJ himself. And I was like, he said, I guess it's supposed to, I don't know what it was supposed to do. I said, honestly, I was like, I'm still very early on.
So,
I'm like a few
what I would
years in,
highly
but I would,
recommend is
yeah.
you don't lose that relationship. I
Oh,
would
yeah, no.
highly recommend you say, hey, I'll test you out. I think you have a point, but we're going to do an interim relationship building exercise.
Yeah.
And so anything you bring to the table that you book, you're going to get paid.
Right.
I'll give you your fee. So then now that increases all of your activity that you wasn't getting in the first place.
Right.
If they're just going to sit there and want to go to shows with you or make sure that your equipment is okay and get paid off of that, you don't
No,
need
definitely not. No.
You don't need that. So just be mindful of signing any contracts or anything like that. Is just let them go find you business and say, hey, yep, absolutely, I would consider you, but go find me some business and let's get paid together first.
Okay.
And I guarantee you 9 out of 10 of them is not going to send you a booking. Because they can't.
Yeah.
They can't.
That was
So
the
be
best
very
advice.
careful with that. So
Thank you.
That was the best advice.
yeah, and don't pay them any more than 15%.
That's also
Now,
good to me.
a manager or agent, they can require 20%, but 20% of $10,000, if they're getting you a $10,000 gig, it's worth it. Or $5,000 gig, it's worth it. That was not on your radar if your average gig is $300. So of course you don't mind paying them. Yes, you would like all of those dollars, but there's no way if your average is $1,000 and somebody brought you a $10,000 gig that you should not pay them because you were not on that radar of pay. So now what they've done is you pay them in return. And now what they've done is they've given you more visibility, and now you have more leverage to take more photos and videos and promote it, that you're doing bigger jobs, et cetera, et cetera. Now you use that to your advantage.
Thank you.
Amazing.
That's very good to know, because that's been bothering me. And I'm like, should I do that? Should I not? Should I have some random friend help me or what?
No, agree to it. Just don't sign any paperwork and see what proactive activities that they can generate for you. And, give them a 30-day run. If they get you one job in 30 days and it was for $500, then make your adult judgment call on that. If they brought you 5 jobs and another 2 interests, then make your judgment call on that. But if you ever sign anything, I would tell you to just make sure you have accountability check-ins, weekly progress check-ins, make sure the contract, goes through legal. Also anything that you book done, and this is a whole nother conversation, but anything that you book on your own, you can give them a lower percentage, make sure that's clear. So if somebody comes directly to you, because they're going to want to say no, they came to you because of all the speaking and our promo stuff that I've been doing. No, if any of your existing clients come back as return clients, they only get 10%.
Yeah.
Right. But if anything that they bring that has never been in your portfolio, then yes, they can get 15% or whatever, right? 7%, whatever that percentage is. But make sure you tier your percentages, because that's unfair to you until you're being booked 5 days a week and your averages have increased. That's the only way I think any of us can afford a manager. And I'm greedy about my money, baby.
Hmm. Hmm.
I work hard for my money.
Gotta get paid.
True.
I work hard for my money, and it's out there, ladies. You don't have to be a club DJ, a lounge DJ. You could be a wedding DJ. You can be a special event DJ only. Like whatever you feel that you're more, or you're drawn like an affinity to, focus on that and then make that blow up for you. I just love people. So I love being in front of thousands of people. And so it activates me. Like the longest set and the most boringest set ever is when I have nobody in front of me, or I have like 10 people in front of me and I'm like, okay, I gotta play this for 2 hours. Cause I have ADD. So it's like, I like to go and mix and engage. And so my most exciting and fulfilling sets is when I am with like a lot of people in front of me, seriously.
I love it.
Any other questions? Ooh, because I gotta go, but I'll take one more question. Nothing else?
Not to think of at the moment.
Yeah, I live 45 minutes away and my set is at 10 o'clock and it's 9:08.
Stormy, thank you so much. I truly love you and
But
appreciate
I'm the
you.
first. Oh, wait, can I tell y'all one more thing?
Yes.
If, and this is me personally, and it's my thing that I do. If I'm getting paid the same as the closer or the opener, and the pay is the exact same, do what's right for you. I'm older. I don't want to be in nobody's face at 12 to 2 o'clock in the morning, right? It's okay to make decisions to be the opener if it makes sense for your life. Don't let anybody steer your career into a direction where it really becomes a job, right? Whatever point y'all think my career is, I am the happiest when my weekly jobs, I'd be like, yep, I'm opening. They'd be like, no, we need you to know, you paying me the same? No, I'm opening. I want to chill after my set and I want to enjoy and I want to have a drink or I want to go home, right, and get rest. And so don't let these people push you into a place where like that one DJ did, push you into a place where you now become unhappy about what you made the choice to devote your time and hard-earned energy that you can be giving to your baby or your family or another job that will make you more money, right? Y'all made a choice to do this as a career. Don't let anybody push you into a corner. You don't have to do anything. And that's why I said, align yourself, if you haven't already done so, with the music and the era and the genre that makes you most happy when you play it. Because if you continue to play the music that makes you most happy, then your job is much easier and fulfilling. And so I love 90s and 2000s. That was my era of growing up. And so when I play that music, it's feel good for me. And so when I'm most challenged is when I have to play rap or, Lil Durk and all that BS. And so that doesn't make it fun. And so until you get to the point where you can say no to the things that are not fun to you, keep striving to play and to work the gigs that are fun for you. Don't make this a job. It really is not a job, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's not a job. And there's a lot of money to be made. A lot of money. A lot. Don't settle for less.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love
Yeah,
you, ladies. And y'all can reach out to me anytime. Q has my phone number. You can share it with them. Q has my email stuff, my Instagram. Yeah, just stay in contact.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. ladies.
I'm so proud of
Thank
y'all.
you.
I appreciate you.
I'm
Proud of
so
you.
proud of y'all.
Proud
It
of
don't matter
you.
where you are in your career. Just try to think of it as a business and do the things that make you most happy. And I promise you, y'all will be all right.
Thank you.
Love you, girl.
I love y'all.
Thank you. Kill it tonight.
I gotta go.
Kill it.
Yeah, drive safe. Bye.
Be safe.
Bye.